In 31 BC, the fate of the last ancient kingdom of Egypt was decided in a single afternoon, at sea. When the battle ended, Cleopatra VII still ruled in name, but Egypt was already lost. This was the Battle of Actium, and it destroyed everything. Cleopatra was not just a queen, she was the last ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty, a kingdom that had survived for nearly 300 years after Alexander the Great. Egypt was rich, strategically vital, and deeply entangled in Roman politics. After the assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BC, Rome collapsed into civil war. Power fell to three men: Octavian, Mark Antony, and Lepidus. This alliance was called the Second Triumvirate. It did not last. By the early 30s BC, only two rivals remained: Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, ruling the Western Roman world, and Mark Antony, commanding the East, with Cleopatra as his ally and partner. Antony and Cleopatra ruled from Alexandria. Together, they controlled enormous resources: Egypt's grain, Eastern armies, and a powerful navy. Cleopatra funded Antony's campaigns. In return, he confirmed her rule and granted territories to her children. To Rome, this was dangerous. Octavian began a propaganda war. He claimed Antony had abandoned Rome, that he was under the control of a foreign queen, that Cleopatra planned to rule the Roman world from Egypt. The Roman Senate was persuaded. In 32 BC, Rome declared war, not on Antony, but on Cleopatra. The decisive confrontation came the next year. On September 31st, 31 BC, the opposing fleets met near Actium on the western coast of Greece. Antony and Cleopatra commanded around 230 large warships, many heavily armed but slow. Octavian's fleet, led by Marcus Agrippa, was smaller but faster and better trained. For months, Antony's forces had suffered. Disease spread through the camps, supplies ran low, desertions increased. Cleopatra urged a breakout, not a prolonged battle. When the fighting began, the fleets clashed in tight formations. Agrippa used speed and maneuverability. Antony's larger ships struggled to turn. The battle dragged on for hours under brutal heat. Then, something unexpected happened. Cleopatra's squadron, around 60 Egyptian ships, raised their sails and headed south, straight through the fighting, out to open sea. Antony saw this and made a fatal decision. He abandoned the battle. With a small escort, Antony followed Cleopatra, leaving his fleet behind. Leaderless, his remaining ships were surrounded. Many surrendered, others were burned. The battle was over. Octavian had won. Militarily, Actium destroyed Antony's naval power. Politically, it destroyed his credibility. Desertions followed. Eastern allies switched sides. 1 year later, Octavian invaded Egypt itself. In 30 BC, Octavian's forces entered Alexandria. Antony, believing Cleopatra was dead, committed suicide. Cleopatra was captured shortly after. She tried to negotiate. She failed. Cleopatra understood what captivity meant. Octavian planned a triumph in Rome. She would be paraded as a trophy. Instead, in August 30 BC, Cleopatra took her own life. The exact method is uncertain. Ancient sources differ. What is certain is the result. Egypt became a Roman province. It was not governed like other territories. Egypt became Octavian's personal possession, controlled directly by him. Its grain would feed Rome. Its wealth would fund an empire. Octavian returned to Rome victorious. In 27 BC, the Senate gave him a new title, Augustus. The Roman Republic was over. The Roman Empire had begun. Cleopatra did not lose Egypt because she was weak. She lost because Rome had changed. Power no longer belonged to alliances or charisma, but to absolute control. The irony is sharp. The battle that destroyed Cleopatra also destroyed Rome's last chance at being a republic. One naval defeat ended Egypt's independence. One victory gave Rome an emperor. At Actium, Cleopatra did not just lose a war, she lost a world.